Let's make lemonade. Okay. Let's go to work.
That's the signal. Go, 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 go. It's beautiful. Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude.
Wake up and hit the ground running. It's The Rush, presented by Willis Auto, with Travis Justice and Ross Peterson bringing you raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic talk about sports, life, and everything else that matters. No filtered, no fluff, just The Rush.
Happy Thursday, everybody. The people have spoken. Willis Automotive receives the Gold Award for Best Auto Dealership in the 2026 Des Moines People Choice Awards. Check that out. Willis Automotive, the best throughout the Des Moines Metro and Central Iowa. The Des Moines People Choice Award says, Willis Automotive, you are the gold standard of auto dealerships. If you want a car, check out their many brands at willisauto.com. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushladio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watching on YouTube this morning, hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like. Leave your comments in the comments section. The phone lines are always open at 515-517-2303. And we have the social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. Good morning, Ross Peterson.
Hello, Travis Justice.
Hello, Ross.
What's Thursday look like for you?
We're having, I got a lot of people in my house right now. Got a lot of people in my house.
You've got the entire family is back.
Well, the good thing is Owen doesn't live with me, right? But you're right. The entire family is back. So I've got Mary here. I've got Greta here. I've got Abigail here. I've got Will here. I've got Sutton here.
And then Owen and
Lizzie
do show up.
Yeah, they show up. Wow. Yeah, so we got a lot of people here. Now, Sutton
but it's nice,
is...
Travis, because, you're just experiencing that empty nest feeling. So it's probably nice to have them all back in the house and feel fulfilled again.
It's great. I was sitting there last night just watching all the kids interact, which was really cool. Now, Mary also had a friend fly in from L.A. that she went to college with, so we had Cammie here, too. So we had another body here. The grocery bill is something I haven't experienced in a couple of years, right? I'm like, we haven't had to do this. Costco's paying off finally, right? But Will and Abigail are going to go back on Saturday to Mississippi. So what we're going to do is have Sutton's birthday party. She turns a year on August 3rd, but we're not going to be there for that. So we're going to have her early one-year birthday party for family and friends on Friday. So that'll be
Grandma
fun.
and Grandpa.
For Grandma and Grandpa, that's right. It's all, but she had the explosion day yesterday. She went through 5 outfits. She was pooping all over the place, man. So
does she do the thing where she poops up her back? The blowout?
I think she had 5 blowouts yesterday. 5 of them.
Eli was famous for that. Audrey didn't do that so much. I didn't know if that was a boy-girl thing, but like you didn't. It doesn't seem physically possible to get poop all the way up your back.
Oh, I still do it. Like when I got to, I'll be back there wiping. I'm like, because you always got to check to see how much is on there to see how much you got to wipe, right? I mean, you check your toilet paper, don't you? Or am I the only guy that does that?
No, you're not. You have to.
Okay.
Listen, what's the rule? It takes 2 wipes to know it took 1. It takes 1 wipe to know you need 2, and 2 wipes to know you needed 1.
Yeah. So, you always got to look to go, oh, this is going to be a lot of wiping, right? And then as it starts to get cleaner, I just go up a little bit farther to see if I'm like, how did it get up there? How does that happen? So it still happens to me, and I'm an old dude.
Do you ever just go from the top down, try to get above it?
Dude. This is going to bother a lot of people. I know you're supposed to be a down up, right? I go both. I'll go up.
You will go back to front?
Fold over, and then back to front.
What?
Yeah. I try to maximize the use of toilet paper. So it is look, fold over. You got it down with your thumb so you don't touch anything, and then you go back down. What's the difference? I mean, you mow the yard back and front.
Oh, I love you.
Is there a proper way to wipe?
I think the proper way is front to back, always. I don't think it's ever back to front. Unless, again, you're trying to get on top of a situation on your back.
I think that's what I'm trying to do.
And then it's more of a top down, not back to front.
To each his own.
Right.
Whatever works for you when it comes to the wiping situation.
And think of how much money you've saved on toilet
paper
over the years.
I'm a conservationist. I don't want to waste.
I go through a roll a day blowing my nose.
That's something I rarely use. I don't. And you're right. I watch you blow your nose constantly. Even during the breaks, you're like, yeah, I mean, that schnoz of yours is just loaded.
Sometimes, man. Not just for looks. Not just for the ladies, Travis.
See, now Travis says something here. Not me, but a different Travis. I do front to back. I don't want poop on my nutsack.
I thought that was pretty easy.
I don't go that, but I don't go that. I mean, I don't go that far down. I'm not. So okay,
I wanted to make a silly joke and say, you don't go that far down. On which side? But never mind. That'd be a joke about how small his. Never mind.
I must have a small package because
a small pack.
Because, I mean, even if you're going front to back and you're behind your, I mean, I don't know if I can reach my sack from there. I don't go that far in. Maybe that's why I have skid marks.
I love you so much. Maybe my wiping method hasn't been working all these years if my underwear still has shit in it. Maybe.
I mean, sometimes I'll wipe till I bleed because I don't want any skid marks.
Alan, I saw Alan post the other day that he was on a golf trip, and he said, I'm going to be without my bidet for a couple of days. Just get a bidet. They're so easy.
I have a bidet at the house. It's when I take a poop at work. And I've gone to work. So can we install bidets, please? Can we install bidets? They just look at me like I'm crazy.
This feels like an I think you should leave sketch. I'm talking about when I poop at work. When he crab walks against the wall, he does. Travis, maybe some things to reassess there.
What should I reassess?
I don't know. If you're using the bidet, well, I guess
use it
we're
at
talking
home.
about use the bidet.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people are suggesting the dude wipes. Didn't you? You were a big fan of the dude wipes for a while. You were a big advocate.
You did the dude wipes because you went to Portugal with the dude wipes.
Yeah.
I've never had the dude wipes.
Oh, I thought you were telling me and Hersom that you were had those.
No, I don't have the dude wipes.
Okay. We must have been just suggesting to each other that every guy carried dude wipes. I carried them in my bag for a long time, in my golf bag. I haven't had dude wipes in a long time. Irish Hawkeye has a good question. Why bidet when you can bird bath?
Yeah. See, there's problems with the bird bathing. Rodney says, next. Move along, please. Move along.
Yeah. What?
At work, if I were to bird bath.
What you said implies that there might actually be something wrong with the bird bathing.
Well, that's an emergency situation, right?
I went away for a second. Everything went black for a second on me there. Sorry. What was? Oh yeah. The bird bathing is not.
Sorry, I'll move along. How about your Thursday?
Chat,
What do you got planned? What do you got planned?
Well, let me tell you about my Wednesday first.
Mm.
The fishing tournament happened last night. I fished in my
Oh,
very
that's
first
right.
ever.
I totally forgot about
fishing
and you got to
tournament
use the hard truth rods.
Got to use the hard truth rod. Went and bought a Fluger President to put on that bad boy. That's a reel.
Okay.
Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful. Got there out on the lake. There were 11 boats competing. I finished third in my boat, and then
In your boat
uh,
with 3 people on the boat.
yeah, yeah. Everett, Chris's dad, caught the first fish of the night, and then I caught one a little bit bigger than Everett, so I had the lead for a short period of time. Chris caught one bigger than me, and then right before we were done, Everett caught one that was the biggest one we had on our boat. But by the time we got back, there were some other guys on the dock that had a bigger fish, so wasn't a big deal. Ton of fun. Would absolutely sign up to do it again. These guys they're called the Iowa Bass Stalkers. They have like a Facebook page, and they let people know where they're going, and it's $20 a guy. You go out, you come back at last night. We were going to fish till 9:00, but the storm rolled in about 8:30, so we got out of there.
So it's $20 a guy. So is there a first, second, and third place prize, or how does that all work?
I don't think so. I think it was just all the money to the biggest fish because of how many guys were there last night. I think that's what that was.
Okay. Honest assessment of your hard truth rod. I mean,
loved it. I loved it. They're fantastic.
See, this is how much of an idiot it is when it comes to me fishing, is that I just assumed the rod came with the reel. So you had to get,
no, it's two different things. And you can have preferences on both. You can have preferences on the the weight of the combination. The action of the rod is the thing that you're like, when you're fishing for a bluegill or fishing for crappie, you want to have what's called like a really basically light action rod, Travis, where as soon as a fish touches it, that thing's going to be bobbing and going. When you're fishing for catfish, it's got to be a lot more sturdy. Musky, it's got to be a lot more sturdy. So there's all these variations in between. So you just got to figure out what it is that you want for your rod, and the reel's the same way. There are reels that are designed to have heavier weight line. Anyway, super nerdy stuff.
So
we caught a lot of fish. We had a ton of fun.
I'm gonna have you nerd out one more time.
Okay,
is a fishing rod something that you used it last night, but it takes a while to get used to, like you like a golf club or something like you're like, I loved it, but I'm gonna master this thing the more I use it and get the feel for it.
What a great analogy to a golf club, Travis. Like you can grab a golf club off the out of your buddy's bag.
Yeah.
And before you've got the club to the ground, you're like, oh, I love it. This feels right. And then you get the club, you know what I mean? And then there's a learning process, and you start to swing it, and you're like, man, the weight of that feels right. And then you hit a couple of balls, and you're like, yes, I can do this. Now, are you going to be better with that 7-iron in 9 months? Yes. But I'd say that's the golf club is the best analogy you could have put into my brain there, because that's exactly what it is. You'll know if you love a rod, you're going to know right away. You're going to pick it up and feel it and go, oh yeah. And last night catching fish with it. Glenn told me, Glenn's listening right now. Glenn told me, he's like, man, that rod's caught a lot of fish. Caught some last night again, Glenn, in Indianola, Iowa. Lake Aquabi, beautiful park down there, dude.
Have you ever been there before?
It had been so many years I didn't recognize it at all. Probably couldn't have just driven to the lake without the map. It had been a long time. They have done an amazing restoration job down there. They're probably like 15 little fishing jetties that stick out. Bunch of little. There's a huge camping area around it. It was fantastic. Wonderful night.
Yesterday, right before we got off the air, Scott Dochterman from The Athletic broke the news on X that the Swarm would be making an announcement that it would be basically ending all operations and transferring its money to the Iowa NIL. I was kind of waiting around all day. Finally, probably mid-afternoon, The Swarm sent out a letter to its members kind of describing that was going to happen. After that, the University of Iowa put up a news release on its website announcing that had actually happened. Brad Heinrichs will be joining us, is scheduled to join us. I always say scheduled because you never know. But Brad Heinrichs is scheduled to join us at 7 o'clock to talk about the decision. But Ross, is intimately involved as Brad has been because he launched this thing. It's his baby. We are pro Brad Heinrichs. We are pro Swarm. This deep down makes sense. Look what happened with the We Will Collective. The same thing happened because the rules changed, the rules of engagement changed, and it's just like you can't have two entities asking for money because people are like, what's going on? Well, can we just I'm not a fan of monopolies, but this makes sense. It's not even a monopoly, but
it's just centralizing your efforts here.
Yes.
I saw this, Travis, when being involved at East over the years. There's there used to be a lot of different foundations. There was the Alumni Association and the East High Golf Classic and the Booster Club and so what it turned out to be was we were going to the same well a lot. The thing that you've been talking about with NIL. And then it was actually our mayor, Connie Boson, was one of the ladies that stepped in and was like, wait a minute, let's just centralize and consolidate some of this stuff. It's not about monopoly. It's not a monopoly. It is trying to centralize your efforts under in one direction. Say, we're all trying to raise money for blank. Let's just do it at once. So we're not going to the same people 4 or 5 times a year with different pitches. And I would also say that this evolution of the We Will folding into Iowa State and what seems to be the Swarm folding into Iowa. Go back to when these NILs very first popped up, and we very first met Brad Heinrichs, and Brent Bloom would come on the show with us to talk about the We Will. They both said, this is temporary. The idea would be that someday this is in-house. That was the plan. Where we're getting right now was the plan from the get-go. It should never have had to have been this random, weird, legal gymnastics called the NIL. We're not really associated. It was always this weird shell game with words. Well, we're not associated. We just use the logo and we're raising money we're selling pizzas. No. We're raising money for the athletes. We're getting money for the athletes of that specific university, of this athletic department, of this specific team. And we had to play this stupid game for a while. Well, it was like, well, technically it's a different. And then we watched the athletic department scramble and go, wait a minute. All the money is now going to that other arm. Okay, get through the mud. Let's get this stuff in-house. And so where we're getting here, it is a better place. It might mean a little bit less of the Wild Westy feel that has been that's come along with these last couple of years. And I think that this was the goal. I can't wait to talk to Brad about it. I know this is what the conversation I had with Bloom several times, the whole evolution when it started. Brent, this isn't going to last forever. No. The plan here is that eventually this gets handed off back to the university, right? Yes. So plan accordingly. And I'm betting Brad did the same thing. I wonder, the timing of it seems a little off with them. They were still planning events and things like that. So I wonder if it just didn't happen in the time that in the structure that they were hoping or planning, or if there just wasn't the communication there, or what that is.
Well, I would probably, and we could have this I'm making an assumption here, right? But remember, they had to cancel their singer-songwriter nights. And I think what ends up happening is you go, okay, you've got the flight funds that Iowa has, which is the in-house operation where all the resources now are going to go that are left over. And you hold these events and go, okay, how much money can you really raise? There's expenses to events. And at the end of it, you go, okay, if we can't make X amount of money on this, is it even worth trying to put these on, right? And so, and another thing is we've talked about the clearinghouse. I think with these other collectives, the clearinghouse, I saw a number today, and I'm paraphrasing here, so don't hold me directly to it. But I saw where the clearinghouses denied like $90 million worth of deals. All right. And I'm sure that it was probably getting a lot tougher to get deals approved going through a separate collective as opposed to a university flight funds where the university has control, knows exactly what it's doing. And there's a little more oversight there. I'm just making that
that's
that assumption.
Good. That's good. I think that's fair.
Yeah. Now, somebody said, I think it was Tyler earlier, it said in the chat, he goes, I hope nobody's mad at Brad. Nobody should ever be mad at Brad Heinrichs. But there was somebody replied to Dochterman's tweet yesterday that said, well, maybe this thing shouldn't have been run by a guy in Florida. And I want to go, you are the most idiotic person. First of all, nobody stepped up. I don't know if Brad Heinrichs wanted to do this. Nobody was stepping up.
He would have gladly handed over the reins to somebody in freaking Davenport.
Yes.
Why are people so stupid?
I think people just want to bitch or find something to complain about. And Brad Heinrichs has his own business and is growing that business. But I want to ask him, I mean, this was like his baby, right? I mean, once he went in, he went all in.
Because he's a competitor.
Yes.
And once you start something, you want it to be a success. I wonder.
He probably won't. He probably won't tell us, Ross. But I'm going to ask him, how much of your own money did you put into this over the last 4 years?
He might tell us. Brad's been very open and honest.
He's not shy by any means.
Let me ask you a question. I'm going to ask him. I kind of hope he's not listening right now because does he see this as a failure?
Oh, that's a fair question. I think anytime you're a competitor, anytime you own a business,
and it doesn't work, and it ends Travis, it reminds me of that conversation we were having about the KXNO stuff and divorce. Like, man, when you go into the world and you tell the world, I am this thing. And I had a few of our listeners reach out to me, by the way, and tell me that thing that I was saying hit home and that you're going through something like this. Keep going, man. I promise every one of you guys that reached out or women that reached out, Travis knows this too. He's one of the guys that preached this to me. There is a better version of you waiting on the other side of all of this shit. Promise. But it's hard when you tell the world that you are something. I'm Ross, the guy on the radio. I'm Ross on the radio. I'm Ross, the married guy. And then all of a sudden you open the door one day and step into the world and go, hey, I'm not that thing anymore. All those years of me telling you I was that dude, I was that guy, I'm not that guy anymore. Now
you're the guy on internet radio and YouTube.
Right. But it is, and you move on, and all of a sudden you a couple days later you go, oh, geez, I'm the same guy, breathing the same air, wearing the same shoes. Cool. But there's something mentally that you go, oh, that must have been a failure because I'm not that thing anymore. I wonder, maybe Brad doesn't feel that way. Maybe he saw it coming. He had a chance to process it. Maybe he's had enough people get in his head and say, dude, thank you. You fucking saved the ship here, dude.
Yeah, it's not a failure. What has happened here, and it's happened to most collectives, is that, when we kind of control our own destiny here, right? I mean, when we took the leap of faith to do this, we partnered with somebody, but we control our own destiny, and we work with people to help control our destiny. Brad Heinrichs, when he starts his actuarial business, he kind of controls his own destiny, meaning he can go get the clients, he can do all that. The problem with the collective is the rules kept changing.
Yeah.
He couldn't control the situation. And when you're at the mercy of the NCAA, when you're at the mercy of the courts, when you're in the mercy, you can't control the decisions that are making your business or your collective successful because the rules kept changing. It was not a failure. It was a success.
I completely agree. I just wonder how his brain's interpreting it. Dan writes in, how bizarre it must be to be a university president these days. State legislatures forcing kids to take classes at an intellectual freedom center, but they've got to figure out how to control millions of dollars flowing to athletes. Dan, that was at the heart of one of those questions we asked all the ADs when we talked to them. Like, what is your job? And now I know you're talking about the presidents, and I do think that that's another that you've probably even added to the complexities there in that office, because this weird athletic department thing that we're talking about over and over is a small slice of the pie for that president. In some people's minds, and I know this has to be true, an annoying slice of the pie. There have to be presidents around the country right now that are looking around going, is this all worth it?
Well, it's the annoying slice of the pie, but it's a very important part of the pie.
And it can be a very lucrative part of the pie. But by all accounts, you can also lose your ass.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're to believe the math that we're told a lot of times, if we believe guys like Keith Mondillo, who we have on from time to time, who I do think he's a very smart guy, some of these athletic departments and athletic contracts are destroying the university.
Louisville is that example, right? They already know they've got a $30 million deficit, and they got to borrow against it just to stay competitive, because they said if they don't, it's going to be an even bigger hole financially. We tell our kids all the time, don't go into massive debt to go to school. Well, you're doing the exact same thing that could affect your school in the long run.
Trav, that's a whole other conversation, man. And that maybe is one of those that you and I set aside for another day, or we just have off the air. My friend group the other day, very successful guys. And we were talking about, and we all have kids that are in that 9 to 18 age group. I think I've told you, my buddy Adam Benz, one of his daughters is a highly recruited softball player. She's an amazing softball player. So I think that's how this conversation started, was just around her, the opportunities that she's being presented with, what those mean for her life and what's possible. We're like, man, this is amazing. And then it turned into, hey, are you guys telling your kids to go to college? And the overwhelming response was, not if they don't need to. It's not a necessity. It's not like it was when we were kids, where it was like, that's going to determine your success or failure in this venture. A lot of people are doing that same math now and going, it's how much debt for how long? I pay how many hundreds of thousands of dollars over time? The interest rate isn't actual interest rate. It's this weird money math that makes you pay them forever.
See, I don't understand that part, because full disclosure, all my kids went into debt to go to college. Matter of fact, I just finalized this, co-signed a student loan for my daughter last night. And that is, I don't understand the pay for everything, because Abigail informed me last night. She goes, hey, I got 8 years left, which that sounds like a long time, but for the amount she borrowed, I go, that's really good, right? And Mary's got like 10 years left, because she just started her repayment. And I said, it's going to suck for 10 years, but don't push these. Yep. Get it paid off. If you keep refinancing, if you do the lowest payment, then you're straddling yourself. I go, you're 24 years old. By the time you're 34, it's done, and you look back and go, okay, I did it. You accomplished something, right?
It is just that thing. You see so many people, Travis, that you can do these calculators online where I've been making this payment for this many months. What's my remaining balance? And it's like, well, you started with a $49,000 balance. You've paid $42,000 towards that balance. Your current balance is $41,000.
Here's the key that I don't know if a lot of people do, and we're going off track here, but what I refuse to let my kids do, and I cover this during they're in college, if you take out a private student loan, and even government student loans do this, is that interest accrues if you're not paying, right? I make the interest payment so it does not accrue. Does that
Smart.
make sense? So,
Absolutely.
So I'm like, I
Absolutely.
don't want you to start this payment with 4 years of accrued interest because then you're screwing yourself. So all I do is I go, hey, my gift is I'm going to pay your interest during school so you don't have to, I borrowed this much.
That saves half that money.
Yes, very much so. Very much so. You know, sometimes the key to feeling better is listening to the Rush Radio Show in the morning because we talk about, poop stories. But sometimes the key to feeling better just comes from being seen for what you need. Urology Center of Iowa has a dedicated men's health wellness center with services from low testosterone to managing the effects of aging. But more than that, UCI is the place to go when you want to be seen like a man, not a patient. You don't want somebody else's treatment. You deserve yours. Schedule an appointment with UCI today in Iowa. URO.com. It is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search the Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire. A front row tickets to every show millionaire. A hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie millionaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles millionaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
When you work with a company like Mr. Electric that goes above and beyond and makes the customer their priority, that is just a real joy to encounter these days. It was a fairly complicated project and it was intimidating. They made it look so easy and they were very professional, very clean folks. They thoroughly explain what they're going to do. It's clear that they're experienced and that they know what they're doing. Having professionals out there that can do that for me, that gives me a lot of peace of mind.
When I'm meeting a new patient, I want them to feel comfortable knowing that odds are I've seen something like this before.
From the moment a patient steps in the room to the moment the patient leaves the office, I think they're going to get a great experience.
I think it feels good coming in and feeling like it's a community here and you get to be a part of that community and get to be taken care of by that community.
My goal is when they walk out of there to know that I'm fighting for them, I'm pulling for them.
Schedule an appointment at iowauro.com.
Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
My name's Gary Presnell, and I'm a residential home mortgage banker for Northwest Bank in Des Moines Metro Market. I've been financing people's homes for over 25 years, and I'm an expert in financing VA loans, FHA loans, IFA loans, and new construction homes. This is my cat, Norm. Norm knows basketball, but he doesn't know mortgage. And that's where I come in. There are a lot of Tom, Dick, and Norms out there doing loans. So don't just trust anyone with your home loan. I'm your local, trusted, experienced expert. Please call me. I would love to help you.
Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I am Roman Lehman, Service Advisor at Willis Nissan. For the 2026 summer season, we will be offering 15% off all fuel system services. Over time, carbon builds up inside your engine, and these services clean out all carbon deposits for better engine performance. Don't let carbon deposits get in the way of your summer plans. Visit willisnissan.com to book your service today.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always Priority One.
I hope you're stretched, hydrated, and prepared for more nonsense because The Rush with Travis and Ross, presented by Willis Automotive, is back now.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Brad Heinrichs from the Swarm Collective. Going to join us at 7 o'clock, scheduled to, and Brian Duax from Central City Liquors, scheduled for 7:30. We've got the Rush Radio Central City Liquors Deals of the Weekend coming up. Looking forward to that. Ross, I know you're part of, you talk about your text groups a lot, right? And and I've said I've never been part of a text group ever. And it's probably because I don't have any friends. I have like 0 friends. Nobody wants me on their text groups. I got in a small text group yesterday. Just a tiny, there was 3 of us. Would 3 people, would that be considered a text group?
If it's, yep. I almost said, me, you, and Justin had a text group for a long time.
Yeah, that's true. But usually we're talking business. You know, I look at a text group where you're kind of, everybody's ribbing one another, right? And it's just kind of fun. I got one yesterday.
Okay.
With Dr. Jason Sullivan and Dr. Brian Handel.
Oh, no.
And it was classic.
You can't include a fella?
I should have put you in there. And we were going to town on Dr. Sullivan. It was so much fun because DeMoss Orthopedic Centers, they started doing a podcast, and Sullivan was on there, and he was just kind of a stiff, right? And so I sent the reel to him, and I go, "Hey, where's the helmet and goggles? Where's that guy?" And Handel gets in there, and then Sullivan's not responding, right? And then
what is he saving somebody's life? What's he doing? Is he getting somebody back on their feet?
You know, and then Handel's like, "You got 3 options." I go, "These knee guys, they can't handle the heat, right?" And Handel's like, "You got 3 options: live with it, fix it, or just deal with the pain." You know, I mean, so it just started going to town, and it made me remind myself that you see these guys in a professional setting, but they have great personalities. And that's why when we have Dr. Sullivan on, when we have Dr. Handel on, they're awesome guys.
I feel like those guys, the last couple times especially, I mean, Sullivan has been fantastic. When you say he kind of came off a little stiff, I'm like, something was going on.
But it was in that controlled setting
that's true.
of it.
You know your boss is going to watch it.
Yeah.
As opposed to your buddies.
I better be serious here.
Yeah.
Better be serious.
Fun.
But I felt important. Like, boy, they let the dumb kid in here. That's good.
Right.
Dan Finney had something. Oh, here it is. Because we'll bring this up right now. Poop stories. Don't even get me started on Zach Nunn. Zach Nunn, a representative from the state of Iowa, has co-signed a letter that has been sent to the WNBA, Ross, demanding answers on the treatment of Caitlin Clark. Listen, we've talked a lot about Caitlin Clark on this show, and we'll continue to talk a lot about Caitlin Clark on the show. Good, bad, indifferent, it doesn't matter. If there's one thing I know, the government does not need to be involved in something like this. They want answers, Ross. And they demanded a reply from Kathy Engelbert by like July 24th. If I'm Kathy Engelbert, I'm tossing that letter in the fucking garbage.
Me too. This thing's garbage.
Garbage. They want answers on the physical and violence and hostility that takes place on the court. What's the accountability with that? How are you dealing with online harassment? And is the attacks or hard fouls against Caitlin Clark racially motivated? Again, this does not belong in the U.S. Capitol. It doesn't. It belongs on shows like this for debate.
Yes. Yes, exactly
yes,
right.
Yes. Everything we're seeing in the WNBA is tailor-made for a show like ours, not the U.S. Capitol. Grow up.
Travis, I hate it. I hate every word of all of this. And this is part of the reason why. Because politics does this. Driftless Iowan wrote in and said, none is a first-class MAGA douche. You should be able to have an opinion about this without even knowing which party this guy is in. I've met Zach Dunn. He grew up, he lived in Mitchellville for a long time. In fact, when I coached Eli in Pleasant Hill, he and his wife coached their kids in Mitchellville. And I got to know him before he was, I just knew Zach and his wife. And then I found out later, it was like, oh, he was in the military, has a pretty decorated career. I think at the time he was like, I don't even remember, state representative or something, whatever. I don't even, whatever his ascension has been. I've known Zach a long time. I think Zach's a really wonderful guy. Do I agree with all of his politics? No, I don't agree with anybody's all politics. This is so dumb in so many ways. In so many ways, this thing is so dumb. So outside of that little part, and I also like Caitlin Clark. So outside of those two names of individuals.
Yeah, I like what you just said there, because Driftless Island said, or Irish Hawker, whoever it was, said he's a MAGA douche. Like you said, you can you can like somebody personally and disagree with them politically.
Absolutely. And by the way, you shouldn't agree with anybody. It just, politics becomes such a team sport instantly. It becomes a team sport. So you've picked your team and you decide if it's good or bad. Travis, you nailed it. The government has no business being in this. By the way, we say this all the time when it's the other way. It's really important to say this. If everything's racist, nothing's racist. This stuff of, well, they are concerned that the attacks against Clark are racially motivated. Oh, so are other white girls getting beat up on the court also? And no black girls are getting fouled. When you say attacks, you mean the fouls in the game?
Because they're hard.
It's so, and again, it's politics. People have picked their team.
Yes, it is.
People are mad at me right now for not defending Caitlin Clark.
We've defended Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, you don't think these are racially motivated? No, not at all.
I think they're popularity motivated.
Yes.
They're jealousy motivated.
Yes. Now we're hitting the right words. But it's so super easy, and we've been so fucking brainwashed, Travis. Is it black and white? Yep, it's race. Guys, I know the answer because I've been told, I've been beat into my brain that every time it's two things that don't look alike, that's the reason that it's happening. And there's nothing that can be done about it because, racism. You've been worked over.
515-517-2303. Let's go to Dan. You started this conversation with your comment. You've now phoned in. Dan, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, guys. So the sinister thing that happens here, and I agree with Ross about the politics. I have many friends whose political values I find garbage, but that's not what we interact about. We're talking about Star Wars movies or whatever. But the thing is, all I really want to do as it relates to Caitlin Clark and the WNBA and the Fever is watch basketball games. That's 100% of my interest in this. I like Caitlin Clark. Lisa Bluter's a friend of mine. That's all I want. But this sinister thing that we do now in the age of likes and shares is we graft our bullshit onto the back of other things that have nothing to do with it. Now, I don't know about the sex thing, like the sexuality thing, or I do think that if you look at the all-star numbers and Clark is second with fans, but with players, she's 11th or 12th.
Yep, 11th.
That just seems like the new girl is popular, and that's not fair. We've been around and we've been good, and she's not. Whatever. But you've turned this thing that should just be 100% enjoyment. It should just be oh, this is my entertainment for this evening for 2 hours. I'm going to watch my favorite player play my favorite sport. and that should all be all it's to be about. But like what Nunn is doing here, and all the other commentators, and you're going to race bait it because that plays with way too many people.
Yes.
And you're going to sexuality bait it because that's the other argument that's unspoken is like, oh, it's these lesbian players hate her. Then like you've added this context that doesn't exist. You've attached a fake narrative, like adding a chapter to a book that's about cooking, adding a chapter about nuclear physics at the end. Like, stop it. It's supposed to be a fucking basketball game, and that's all I want from it. I don't need to know who Caitlin Clark lives with. I don't need to know what she wore before the game. I don't need to know any of this crap. Just like, how'd it go last night? It went pretty crappy. But that's basketball. We can talk about basketball stuff all the time. Like, why do we have to sub her out on defense? Like, is she that bad at defense? I'm happy to talk about this. This just ruins everything. This makes me, because you can't avoid it. It's not, I mean, unless you're my dad who lives in a Wi-Fi free zone.
Dan, would you agree with this? Dan, would you agree with this? That there's a lot of people to blame here, right? I mean, you look at this letter, doesn't help. The WNBA, since she was drafted, has made some key mistakes, and Christine Brennan has gone through those. And I'm not a Brennan fan, but she's made some really good points on this. And also the social media world. I'm no different, right? When we put some of our reels up, I know what does. I can watch. That got a lot of clicks. This doesn't. So you start playing with your game, and at least we get to control what we do. When you work for an ESPN or you work for a bigger organization, they're going, we need clicks. We need clicks. We need clicks.
Bigger machine.
Give us clicks. Yes.
The biggest trend, the greatest evil of social media, and I say this ironically because I'm watching you guys on Facebook. the greatest trick that social media ever played, the biggest heist, was they heisted the delivery method of pretty much all media. So like it used to be, like when I worked for the newspaper, you wrote it, you put it in the newspaper, you put it on the website. That was how we delivered it. Now you've got to get it on to the social media, and you've got to play by their games. You were talking about the situation with money and your operation and controlling your destiny. They stole the destinies of all media, and then they changed the rules. Like, oh, you've got to hide the link in the comments, otherwise people won't click on it, because the goal for Facebook and Twitter and whoever is to keep you on the site. And the thing is, this is our weakness as humans. Things that make us angry and things that scare us get shared and activate our brains, our animal brains, so to speak, far more than things that make us think, because we hate that, because if it doesn't agree with what we already believe, then our confirmation kicks in and bias kicks in and it's a mess. Yeah. So like what's happened here is I'm exhausted. Like there was a game last night. My dad and I are going to watch the game tonight.
But she's not playing tonight.
Is she out again?
Yeah, yeah, that's already been announced. She's not going to play tonight.
I don't know, man. That's the thing. Like, I would love to talk about like, well, what's going on? Is it the soft tissue injuries? What? But like, we're talking about this shit, and I'm like, stop glomming on to this 23-year-old woman who's a basketball player. She's not Jesus. She's not the Messiah. Stop grafting on her popularity.
Another thing I love to think about. Another thing I love to think about with this, Dan, is what does Zach Nunn think that the solution or resolution is on this? Does Zach Nunn, when he was typing this thing up, nothing happened?
I'm not knocking on the guy.
No, and I'm not knocking Zach Nunn. Again, I like Zach. When the politicians, let's just put a blank, when the politicians are sitting down and writing this stuff, what do they really think the resolution is going to be? Like, is there somebody in that room that genuinely thinks they're going to send this letter off?
If you had Zach Nunn on the show right now, if he called in,
okay,
if he called in right now and you asked him that question, there's a pretty good chance it wasn't even his idea. I would bet 5-2 that it was some dope in his marketing, operation. It was like, oh, we got to get in on this Caitlin Clark thing. Let's see if we can score some points with the racists and the homophobes with this crap.
And get
And
people,
so we'll do
get
this.
people to be
And it
scared and
works.
react to
Because
that.
What did
thing,
he?
yeah.
What did he get out of this? We're talking about him. He was in the paper. He's on all
Not
the
in a good way.
newscasts.
Not in a good way.
What is he doing? He's running for re-election. So he's gotten what he wanted. He got likes and shares, even if they were hate likes and shares.
I think he
got
thought that
them.
it would be that
He
whoever
won.
came up
He won the day.
Dan, whoever came up with this idea thought that the pandering would work a lot better than it has. That people would see this and go, "Way to
I
go,
don't
Zach
think it works
Dunn." And I don't
against him.
think I don't think it's going to have the
I
reaction.
don't think it works against him.
Okay.
It'd be.
Dan,
I hope you're
thanks for
right.
always
I
sharing,
hope-
man.
I don't
Appreciate your
have
calls,
I don't
buddy.
have the faith in the intelligence of the audience that you do.
All right, Dan.
All right, take it
Thanks,
easy,
buddy.
buddy.
It's the Republican Study Committee, the RSC, and the chairman is August Pfluger from the 11th District of Texas, and it was signed by 10 other Congress people, including a lot from Indiana. And Zach Nunn jumped on this. Now, Caitlin Clark, as you heard Dan say, did not have a great game last night. She only played 16 minutes. She was 4 of 12 shooting, 1 of 6 from behind the three-point line. She had 3 assists, 4 turnovers. Her plus-minus ratio was minus 16. Aaliyah Boston did not play last night. The Fever lost to the LA Sparks 106-92. They play again tonight in Phoenix, and it's already been determined that Aaliyah Boston will play tonight. Caitlin Clark will not play tonight. So, but and I was going to tell Dan, and I understand and I appreciate everything that he's saying, but there's story structure, and what I mean by that, in most stories, you need a hero, you need a villain, you need the hero beating the villain. Right now, Caitlin Clark is the hero in some courts. She's the villain in other courts, right? So it's just basic story structure, and people need something to bitch about.
Go back to your Republican committee. What was August? How do you spell August Pfluger's last name?
Pfluger. Pfluger.
Pflueger, right?
No, Uger.
Just Uger.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's the name of the reel that I bought last night for my
Is the Pfluger?
It's a Pfluger. It's a president. It's not the Cadillac, but it's the Lexus.
I might make the argument the Lexus is better than the Cadillac.
Then it's the Cadillac.
We should ask Jason Willis that.
It's not the most
Is it?
expensive
You have
reel you
both
can buy, but it's
brands.
nice.
Which is the? And he'll probably say it's a tie. They
You know what
they
you
share.
say? You're asking the wrong question. Here's the question. Hey, what do you drive? Cut to the chase.
That's a good.
Yeah.
That's what everybody should do. Is just go hang out, wait for Jason Willis to walk out of his office, and you're not stalking him, and just say, "Oh, what did he get in?" Okay,
You should do that with everything. Well, you should look at your school board members and go, "Hey, where do your kids go to school?"
Are there school board members that don't send their kids to? No.
Are there right now? I can't say that for sure.
Oh,
Are there state representatives that don't? Yeah.
Here's the sad one. And Dan's on a roll today. In the words of the late Bonnie Tyler, I need a hero. She died yesterday. Bonnie Tyler
no way.
died. Yeah.
Oh, that's not, the Bonnie Tyler. Now, okay, hold on. I
Total
almost made a
eclipse of the heart.
There we go. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know who I thought of when he said that was Bonnie Raitt?
Oh, no, it's Bonnie Tyler.
Okay, and now I'm hearing, now that I see her, like 80s dirty blonde, and now I can hear, I need a hero. I didn't know what the song was until I saw her face. Yeah.
Yeah.
And why does it remind me of like a deodorant commercial from the 90s?
Ooh.
That song became commercialized. What brand used "I Need a Hero"? And
Was it Hero deodorant? Was there a Hero deodorant?
No, dude, I feel like it's like a mop or something stupid. I feel like there's like the Swiffer mop, and the mom pulls the Swiffer mop out, and I need a hero, and she's mopping the floor or something. Am I making this up?
Okay, I want you to close your eyes right now. I want you to hear Total Eclipse of the Heart. I want you to hear that song.
Yeah, I got the piano going.
Okay.
Here comes the guy. Turn around every now and then. Okay, I've got it.
Okay, got it. Now I just learned this morning. That song was written and produced by Jim Steinman. You know who Jim Steinman is?
Yeah.
Meatloaf. So Bat Out of Hell was written and produced by Jim Steinman. Now you close your eyes and listen to Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Totally
like,
makes sense.
I hear Meatloaf.
Yeah, I can hear Meatloaf doing it. Who is the guy in who's Turn Around Bright Eyes? Who is the guy?
You know what? I don't know.
I don't either.
But that song has been totally ruined for me or enhanced for me because of Wedding Singer.
The Dan Band. Irish Hawkeye just put it in there. The Dan Band.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a great scene.
Or is it the Wedding Singer or is it the Old School? It was old school.
It's not,
yes.
Wedding Singer is the Adam Sandler one where he's the DJ.
Yeah. So it's Old School where they're singing that and totally changed the lyrics on it, but it was perfect.
Wedding Singer ruined the song. Ruined, first of all, every Culture Club song. But then what was the other one? What's the one where Adam Sandler can't? He's all depressed.
Oh, I don't even.
Come on, let's celebrate. Oh yeah.
515-517-2303. Good to have you along with us. Gosh.
But definitely a one-hit wonder. Holding Out for a Hero, Total Eclipse of the Heart. That
I emailed Brad the link yesterday. He was texting me, I don't have it. So I'm gonna go do it again. All right. We'll take a break. It is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job-ionaire. A front row tickets to every show-yonaire. A hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie-yonaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles-yonaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
At Iowa Floor Covering, we believe great floors start with great service. Whether you're looking for a plush carpet, durable LVP, timeless hardwood, stylish laminate, or beautiful tile, including custom tile showers, we'll help you find the perfect fit. No pressure, no pushy sales tactics, just honest guidance from a team that listens. DIY Weekend Warrior, we've got the products and advice to set you up for success. Iowa Floor Covering, floors you'll love from people you can trust.
There are a lot of reasons to want a self-driving mower from Iowa Mobotics.
Being automated gives me more time to do my hobbies.
I travel so much for work that I don't have time to take care of the lawn, but I still care about how it looks.
And I'm just lazy. Gives me time to work in the wood shop instead of spending it on the mower.
It works in my schedule.
And I just really hate doing it.
No matter your reason, with Iowa Mobotics, spend less time mowing, more time living.
Hi, I'm Roman Lehman, Service Advisor at Willis Peterson. For the 2026 summer season, we will be offering 15% off all fuel system services. Over time, carbon builds up inside your engine, and these services clean out all carbon deposits for better engine performance. Don't let carbon deposits get in the way of your summer plans. Visit willisnissan.com to book your service today.
The best bread is made from scratch, freshly baked with locally sourced ingredients and love. At Big Sky Bread, we take great pride in our delicious products. We know you'll enjoy them almost as much as we enjoy baking them. Try our newly rebranded granola, Specially handmade, our amazing granola makes for a delightful treat. You can order online, purchase at local grocery retailers, or find us at the downtown Des Moines Farmers Market every Saturday. We look forward to serving you.
For people who like to save money.
Do you or a loved one suffer from chronic overspending, getting less but paying more? Then you may have a case of big HVAC. Now is the time to try Priority One. We set our own prices, which means you pay for what you need, not for anything else. And if you need a heating service or a new furnace, now is the time to try Priority One.
Side effects of Priority One include increased happiness, extra peace of mind, and bonus cash for whatever you want. Please use responsibly.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always Priority One.
Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
The Rush, presented by Willis Automotive, is back because apparently Travis and Ross have even more to say.
Hour number 2 of the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive and Willis Cadillac. Explore their lineup of all-electric crossovers and sporty luxury sedans. Interested in an Escalade? Contact Willis Automotive today to learn more about ordering yours at willisauto.com. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watching on YouTube, give this video a like. Subscribe to the channel. We like subscribers. Leave your comments in the comment section. You can call the show at 515-517-2303. And, of course, follow us on our social media channels. I happen to be Travis Justice. He happens to be Ross Peterson.
We before we bring Brad on, he can get the entire first hour recapped for him. We started the hour talking about poop and ended the hour talking about shit.
And then in between there, we talked about the Swarm Collective.
Yes, we did.
And that's where Brad Heinrichs joins us today. Is today a hard day, Brad? Look at you all dressed up. Look at that.
It's gonna be a good day. Yeah, I'm hoping to be acquitted this afternoon.
Are you going to court?
No, I'm teasing.
Oh, I thought you were serious. I thought you were serious. I was like, oh man.
No, I just have a regular client meeting. Nothing out of the normal. I just dress up for those kinds of things.
Good for you.
I don't generally dress up for you guys, but I do.
We know, and that's okay. We, as you've noticed, we don't usually dress up. So,
well, I'm just happy. I'm just happy to be a guest on your poop podcast.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Whatever we have here. It seems like a fitting into the Swarm Collection.
When did you know it was going to happen?
Well, this last 4 or 5 months, we trying to do events, and so you have to have reasons to pay these kids, right? You have to have reasons to pay these. I can't just collect money from Hawkeye fans and say, "Here you go, here's a check." You know, the kids have to do something for a for-profit business. So we've started setting up these events, and you guys were going to help MC one of them.
Yeah.
Where we were going to have some songwriters, and we were just trying to come up with things to do, and then obviously pay the student athletes to help run the event or market for the event, what have you. And we weren't getting any traction on these events. But even before that, some of the events we did have and did have traction. The NIL Go, this clearinghouse. There's an accounting firm, Deloitte, and they have like three people or whatever it is to look over all these contracts, and they have to meet certain criteria in order for them to bless it, so that the players can be paid. And one of the criteria are something like, it has to be doing work for a for-profit business. The athlete has to be doing something to help the for-profit business make more profit. And the amount, the compensation that's going to the student athlete has to be in line with what they think their name, image, and likeness is worth. So it has to be a market value sort of thing. And they're determining what market value is, which I find to be hysterical.
We always
right?
have as well.
And so we end up, wanting to pay these kids, $10,000, $15,000 or something for just a basic event. And we're getting, something more like $1,500 and, back to us. And I'm thinking, we're not going to be able to make a big difference $1,500 at a time, given the amount of money that's being thrown around these days. And so, we continue to get money from Hawkeye fans that are supporting us. But if I can't deploy the money to the student athletes, I'm stealing, and I refuse to do that. And so we're taking all of the excess monies and giving it to the flight funds for the athletic department to deploy to the student athletes. Unfortunately, it won't be above the cap money, which is what it was intended for, but it's better than nothing, given that we were having a hell of a time getting NIL Go to allow us to deploy much money at all to the kids. And so that's really it. So anyway, first time I've ever gone out of business, guys. So
ask him your question, Ross. You had this question.
Yes, today is a sad day, I think is my question.
Oh yeah, yesterday was a really sad day. Very sad day. Put a lot into this. Put a lot of money into this. This is probably the most profitable bankruptcy that I could ever imagine, from the standpoint of it'll save me money because I put a lot of money on this. Is a passion project for me, right? But
Brad, here's the other question. Do you see what you did as a success or failure?
Oh, I think it was a success.
Okay.
There's no doubt. And the Hawkeye fans made it that.
And
I just gave them a platform, and they're the ones that stepped up and getting texts. I got a text from Seth Wallace yesterday, and he's like, we're winning 10 games, 9 games, 8 games. And he says, we aren't even coming close to that without your involvement. Stuff like that makes you, feel like it was all worthwhile, right? Kirk feels the same way. And so, I do think it was a success. When the rules change, though, you can't ignore them. And I think that's really what happened. It wasn't anything that we did or didn't do. It's just that the rules changed, and we're no longer, just like the rules changed and brought us to the forefront, the rules changed and also sent us to the back burner again. So it may be that the rules change another time and we step back up. Who knows? But yeah, it is a bit of a sad day, just because I'm not going to be able to make the impact that we've made in the past.
I'm going to ask you a personal question because you kind of brought it up. Over the last 4 years, how much personal money have you put into this?
7 digits, not 8.
Okay. Wow. But it's a passion project, right?
Shit.
It's a passion project. Man, that's a significant number.
I didn't know we were in that range. Wow, Brad.
Well, it's not that. That's really not the money. It's the time. I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine putting together, these tax receipt forms for 4,000 or 5,000 people that give money in a year? You have your 3,000 members, and then other people will, they'll give $50 here or $100 there, and you got to give them a tax receipt, and having to record all of that and mail them a tax receipt. That's the kind of stuff that
this is why it's
I don't think I fully grasped that kind of work that was going to be involved whenever I got into it. But yeah, a lot of work.
What's the terminology you guys use? This it's not time loss. What's the
Opportunity cost.
Opportunity cost. There you go. Yeah. What I could have been doing with that time.
That's exactly right. That's exactly. And I'll get some of my time back, but it is bittersweet, right? This is a passion project, and you can't put a price tag on relationships, guys. I mean,
I'll tell you this, now
so many cool relationships.
Now I'm even more appreciative of the half hour you give us at a time. Because
no. This is fun. This is fun for me. You guys have become friends to me over all of this, and and I have countless friends that I've made through this endeavor. So it's worth every dime. I mean, life is about relationships, right?
I couldn't agree more. So. Very good, Brad.
I think people will want to know, I don't know if you'll tell us, but how much money is going to be transferred to the flight funds? I mean, how much is left in the kitty?
I'm not entirely certain. I haven't looked recently. It's probably around $1 million is my guess. It's somewhere in there, but I'm going to have to, what I'm going to do though, is I'm going to take expenses out to wind, you got to wind, when you wind down a business, there's closing stuff. So I'm not going to give them all the money and then have to spend more money out of my pocket than I already have. So I'm going to wind down the business, and literally every dime that's left over, I'll send over there. And I'm also going to put it break it out into the buckets that the people who donated had in mind. So if they were donating to men's golf, then that money will be there for men's golf. If you see what I'm saying.
Brad, is this evolution a good thing? The kind of coming in house with some of this, is this a good thing?
It's probably a step in the right direction, but it's not. This whole thing is still what's really happening for you guys and everybody else out there. What's really happening is that these collectives are sort of being choked out, and the over the cap money that's going to be paid comes through the Learfields of the world. So where we used to be pretty important in terms of the payroll for these student athletes, now it's going to be Learfield. Learfield's going to be the differentiator for not just our athletics department, but others, everybody else's. And to the extent that Learfield can, and the contracts that we have with Learfield, because what they're going to do is Learfield is going to take all of the sponsors that pay Learfield to be sponsors at Kinnick and Carver and on the radio and all this other stuff. They're going to take student athletes and have them market for the Learfield sponsors, right? So now Learfield is going to be sort of the point person to deploy monies over the cap. So you have the athletic department paying the $21 million, however they want to spend it, to the student athletes, and then you have Learfield that is going to pay over the cap. And kind of here's the way that works, just so you know, because people probably I didn't know anything about this until I got knee deep into it. So what Learfield does is they historically, they'll go to Beth Getz or whoever the athletic director is and say, hey, we'll give you X million dollars, okay, in cash, and then for that X million dollars, we want rights over all of your marketing and your any advertisements in Kinnick or Carver or whoever, right? And they handle all of that. And so, obviously Learfield's a for-profit company. So if they say, I'm going to give you $10 million, they're banking that they're going to get more than $10 million back in advertising revenue and whatever else, right? And I'm making that number up, by the way. So now what's happening is that the Learfield of the world will instead they won't pay athletics $10 million. They may pay them $2 million. And again, I'm using these as example numbers, right? And then they'll take the extra $8 million and use it to pay student athletes to market for all of their businesses. And that way, then that $8 million is above the cap money. Am I making sense?
Absolutely.
Makes perfect sense. Yeah.
So what's happened, guys, is that the game is just changing, but it's still a freaking game. Okay.
It's a shell game.
This whole thing is just, it's nonsense to me. Right. And so it used to be athletic department couldn't pay anybody, had to be me. Right. So I'm paying everybody, paying all the kids. Right. And then now it's migrated from, they basically said, hey, these collectives, we're going to get rid of them. And we're going to make it so that athletics can pay, and then their marketing arm, which is Learfield, can pay. And anybody else, it's really tough. That's literally what's going on right now. And so Learfield is now very important, where they may not have been as important before to the success of any, I'm not just talking about Iowa, by the way. I'm talking about everybody.
I mean, Learfield is basically a monopoly in this world, right? I mean, Learfield consumes IMG, and they have, and to me, it's not, you're only as good as your Learfield sales staff. So Alabama may have I'm just using this as an example, may have like the best Learfield sales staff. Iowa may get a good one, but if they're really good, they may say, hey, we got a partner over here that needs some help. We want you to take this job, right? I mean, it's a corporation.
Yeah, or it could be the opposite too, right? I mean,
yeah.
It could be that Alabama's wishing they had Iowa's Learfield contingent.
Yeah.
It could be, it doesn't always have to be that way, but yeah, so as we evolve here in the athletics, in this new world, it's just a shift in who's important and who isn't. And now what I'm seeing is, I saw North Carolina did it, and some others. They're starting to break up their athletics department between private corporation and the public. So they're, what's really, I think, going to happen is, as we continue to move forward, athletics is a business, guys, right?
Totally.
And it's going to probably end up being run by business people. And it may end up being private equity firms that are heavily involved. I'm not sure about that, but I feel like it's moving away from the traditional academia and administration people, and more gravitating more towards business people.
At what pace? At what pace? You say gravitating. Seems to me like accelerating.
It seems like it's accelerating, but for people that are in business, it doesn't seem like it's moving. For me, it doesn't feel like it's moving fast enough. It feels like
really?
It's
Okay.
Really slow.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it feels to me like they should have had this thing worked out by now, and it's just still we are not in the end game right now. This is in 5 years. This is not what the current sort of state of affairs will be different 5 years. So I'll be shocked.
What does it look like in 5 years? What's your guess on what it looks like in 5 years?
Well, I hope the way it looks like in 5 years is that it's just like the NFL. They have contracts. The contracts mean something, right? There's collective bargaining, so both sides get to decide how much money is being, exchanging hands. The NFL model, we like it or not, it kind of works, right? And they haven't figured out. I haven't figured out why we don't, that they don't just go to the NFL Players Association and say, hey, would you like a minor leagues? And that let it make it the college, and you just do the same, and we just set up the same types of rules and whatever. If we're going down this road, why don't we, ultimately the goal is to get in the NFL anyway. So why not get them in the program right out of the gate? Yeah. I think we're headed, maybe I'm hoping that we're headed that direction. It also could be the direction where, I think the cap thing is just it's gonna ultimately go away, in my opinion.
Yeah,
it
means nothing already.
It's an antitrust violation as it is.
Yes,
guys, it's no different than $0, right? So we
completely
and so everybody listening, antitrust violation means that one side is determining the price, and everybody's colluding to determine what that price is. So if I went and if I went to all of my other actuarial firms out there and say, hey, let's not pay any actuaries more than $100,000, and they say, ooh, cool, let's do that, and I'll make even more money than I do now. That's what this is, where they're basically all colluding to say, hey, we're not going to pay these guys more than 20 minutes. Before it was, we're not going to pay these guys anything, right? We're gonna price fix at $0. Supreme Court says you can't do that.
Love it.
But that's why they want antitrust protection, though, right? That's why they want
Yeah,
this college.
well, because they know it's an antitrust violation. All they did was take the zero up to $20 or $21 million, and they think that makes it better. It's just a different number.
I've said this, Brad, for years. The NCAA is an illegal collusion of competing entities. Iowa. It always has been. It's always been a way to price fix the salary of incoming talent. So,
and there's no leadership there at all. I mean, when these guys, when they decided to come down on Kirk, and I'm on the whole Cade McNamara nonsense, and I was involved in that, and I'm very complicit in all that, so I feel terrible about all that. Sort of, kind of. I mean, I feel terrible that he got in trouble but I don't feel terrible because everybody else was doing what we were doing in spades, right? I mean, we came into that deal, guys, and Cade was already 3/4 of the way down the road with 3 or 4 other blue blood programs. We came in, swooped in, sort of towards the end. It's not like it was just us and we were the ones acting on our own. We were just the ones that ended up being successful in the negotiation. We weren't first to the table at all, right? But nobody else gets in trouble, just us, just Kirk, poor guy. And so, but the problem, why I brought that up, other than the fact it still pisses me off, is that you don't even know who to talk to at the NCAA to talk about this. Like there's nobody in charge, really. Yeah. It's just you don't even know where it's coming from. They don't even sign their letters. I mean, Kirk will get something that's not even signed by anybody. It's just
NCAA, some entity.
Yes, it's just on the letterhead. It's like, what the hell is this?
Got a letter from a building.
So when the NCAA did an inquiry, were you interviewed by the NCAA and say, yeah, I made the phone call because he was getting courted by 4 other people?
I offered it. I did not actually get the phone call from the NCAA and I would have loved to have had the phone call with the NCAA because I wanted to let them know everything that happened. Because it was all nonsense and it's water under the bridge. It is, and we're moving on. And Kirk's resilient. But it was nonsense that this guy, that he gets in trouble over this when, I mean, it's like he's driving 56 and a 55 and gets pulled over and gets a ticket when and everybody's blowing his doors off doing 80. It's like, really? He's getting the ticket, right? Really? So anyway.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm sorry I'm rambling this morning.
You're fine, buddy.
No, it's great stuff.
Is there a University of Iowa Fan Hall of Fame?
Is there a Fan Hall of Fame? I don't think so. There is an Iowa Athletics Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
There is that.
Well, maybe
and I'm not in that.
Well, maybe we should make a push for that, Trav.
My golf career was pretty nondescript.
Yeah, but yours is more about service to humanity, more than the performance on the field, Brad. It's your dedication to the program and your years of and other things.
Ross, I have people tell me they should build a statue, and I'm like, that would be one ugly ass statue. I don't think anybody wants a statue of me anywhere.
Ross, there is an Iowa Fan Hall of Fame. It's called Donor Walls and Names Before Head Coaches and Athletic Directors.
You're right. And I'll tell you, Will and Renee Moon are a couple of the best. I mean, and Renee Moon helped. She was on our board. She's a delightful lady. Those two people are the most humble, unassuming, successful Iowans. Some of the most I've seen, best I've seen.
I think we make a pitch to start a Fan Hall of Fame induction class, initial induction class. Brad Heinrichs, Hawkeye Elvis, Bill Blank.
I do want to. I know you said this is the first time you've had a business fail, and people look at it and you've been the face. but you've had a team, and I'm going to point out Jane Oswald,
Yep.
who
Yep.
has been absolutely wonderful to work with. Was that hard to tell Jane, hey, we're gonna shutter this thing up?
We kind of collectively decided it. But after I get done with this call, I'm gonna try to finalize a deal to hire Jane for my other business.
Oh, very cool.
I'm not entirely sure what the hell she's gonna do for me yet, but what I have learned though a long time ago is that if you bring on good people, they will find ways to add value to your organization. And Jane is a gem of a person and extremely good at what she does. Very detail oriented, customer service focused, just a incredible integrity. So I'm going to see if I can't finalize the deal to get her on board.
That'd be
And I would say this too, and I said this to Beth yesterday when I talked to her, or maybe it was 2 days ago. Because I'm doing this with Jane, if the rules change again, and suddenly, there's need for additional help, me and Jane will jump back in there and pick up the torch where we left off and see what we can do to help.
There's one more question that I think is a really good one here, because Travis and I have both been affected or impacted in our life by this idea. One of our listeners writes in and says, has your time seeing behind the curtain affected your fandom at all?
No question.
Yeah.
No question. And I will tell you that seeing how the sausage is made is enlightening. But more so, I will tell you that I'm far more emotionally invested in the success of Iowa athletics than I was before, and I was a big fan. And it's about because of the people. I mean, I can't emphasize enough how good of a human being Kirk Ferentz is. For example, I just can't. You get to know this guy. He's as humble as can be. He writes me handwritten notes still to this day, all the time. He invites me to his house. He's just one of these just super guys. It's not just Kirk. It's like the entire staff. And then you have, and with basketball, same thing. I mean, it's really been awesome from a fan standpoint, getting to kind of get close. It's almost sort of a dream, right? It's like I'm entering this dream world where I'm suddenly at the forefront of the athletic department, essentially, or at least an arm of the athletic department, the way it feels. To now the dream is over, and I'm going back to normal Joe. This will probably be my last Travis and Ross.
I was going to say, I hope not, man.
I hope
Brad,
not.
We've loved talking to you about stuff. I mean, yeah.
I mean, I'd love to continue to come.
We'll
on
have you on
and share what I can share, because I'll still, because I have these relationships, I'll still probably maybe be more at arm's length than I have been before, but I'll still know a lot. So, but it's been fun to get to know you guys, and it's these people at Iowa Athletics have been awesome.
You'd be surprised, Brad. We talk business on here a lot. We have a lot of business questions, and so it may not even be Hawkeye. It might be, hey, we got a business, take us to the business idea on this. Help us figure this one out.
To the extent I can help, I'm always willing to.
He'll say, I'll turn Jane loose on it. We found out this is her secret power. She takes people's ideas and turns them into money.
She's awesome. So,
all right, Brad. Thank you so much for your time. You cleared a lot up, and this was great stuff, man. I appreciate it.
Always were a great resource for us. You helped us out a ton with things. You greased a lot of wheels for us, and you just were an awesome resource. Thanks for being a buddy. We'd echo the thing. You feel like a friend, man.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way, and I hope to see you at bowl games or Hawkeye games or whatever down the road. And if you ever want me to come on, you definitely have my cell.
Absolutely.
So.
All right.
You notice he didn't say come down to Florida and golf with us. Did you notice he didn't
say that? You can always do that.
There we go. Look at Trav. He's always getting them.
All right, I'm going.
It's hot as hell down there now, right? Now, guys. So I don't know if I'd recommend it now, but
are you in Iowa City right now?
I'm in St. Louis. All places. It's just a client meeting. It's like, St. Louis. I grew up on the Kansas City side, so this is like enemy territory.
Yeah, I don't like St. Louis. There's something about the feel of St. Louis I don't like. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, their barbecue sucks compared to Kansas City barbecue. And, I don't know. It's just I deliberately didn't have barbecue last night. I went to a place that has good wine, so
good stuff. Brad, thanks so much. We'll catch you up, and we'll talk soon.
Have a great day. Good luck.
Brad Heinrichs joining us on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. Man, good stuff from Brad.
Lots of good stuff there.
He's
always, man. Every time we talked to him, we had a great time and learned something and walked away from that going, whoa, did you catch that part?
I'm not going to let him go away. I'm going to be like, hey, especially during the season, you want to join us? Business thing comes up. Want to join us? We'll do it.
Yeah. We're lost in this conversation about sports business.
Yeah.
He's our sports business expert.
Yeah. And he gave 7 figures.
Dude. And we got a liquor expert coming up next.
Yeah, you want experts? We got experts. Brian Duax next to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire. A front row tickets to every show millionaire. A hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie millionaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles millionaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
Did you know that over time, your engine builds up carbon deposits in the intakes and valves, which can lead to poor performance, fuel economy, and even bigger issues down the road? With summer on its way and road trips around, the last thing you want is a major repair. For the month of May, Willis Volvo Cars is offering 15% off fuel services to clean out that carbon and get your engine running smooth while keeping some extra cash in your pocket. Don't let a clogged engine ruin your family's summer. Give us a call or schedule online at willisvolvocars.com.
So I think what's unique about Urology Center of Iowa is that we are a truly independent, single specialty clinic.
We have a mantra that the patient comes first, the group comes second, and we as individual surgeons come last.
When I meet with a patient for the first time, I want them to feel heard. I never want them to feel like I'm in a rush.
Just watching the change that you can make in a patient's life, it's everything.
Schedule an appointment at iowauro.com.
Fresh, wild walleyes. This summer, point your compass north to Ballard's Resort on Lake of the Woods. Ballard's Lake of the Woods long-standing family resort offers a pole-in-hand guided fishing experience along with all-inclusive packages that include lodging and meals. Chase 10-pound trophies with the walleye capital of the world's most established fleet. Your adventure for fresh, wild walleyes awaits at Ballard's Resort. Set the hook at ballardsresort.com.
Hi, I'm Tom, owner of Central City Liquors. Our customers love us because we offer a large selection at an affordable price. And to keep costs low for you, we don't splurge on fancy promotions and expensive equipment. This commercial is being shot on a phone taped to a stick. Anyway, we are proud to announce our new rewards program that allows customers to save more the more they buy. So don't spend more to pay for fancy commercials. Save at Central City, where we know what's important. I told you we should have used duct tape.
Did you know that over time, your engine builds up carbon deposits in the intakes and valves, which can lead to poor performance, fuel economy, and even bigger issues down the road? With summer on its way and road trips abound, the last thing you want is a major repair. For the month of May, Land Rover Des Moines is offering 15% off our fuel services to clean out that carbon and get your engine running smooth while keeping some extra cash in your pocket. Don't let a clogged engine ruin your family's summer. To get scheduled, visit us online at landroverdesmoines.com.
The Rush, presented by Willis Automotive, returns now with fresh sports takes and at least one unnecessary rant.
Gary Presnell is a mortgage banker with Northwest Bank, financing residential homes for the past 25 years. So when you are in the market for a new home, you go to Gary Presnell for that mortgage. He offers VA, FHA, IFA first-time buyer loans and conventional new construction loans, and all approvals are done locally by Northwest Bank. You can get that loan pre-approved in 30 minutes or less, can happen after hours during the week or even on the weekends. He's been the state of Iowa's top producing mortgage banker the last 8 years. Give him a call. Tell him you heard about him on the Rush Radio Show. 515-975-6767. You're muted, there, buddy. You're muted. Yesterday it was me. Today it's you.
I've been
There
making
you go.
noises the whole
There
time.
you go. There you go.
I'm saying Gary Preston also one heck of a great man as well. Just a fun guy to talk to, smart guy, like a lot of the people we're able to talk to. Man,
like this guy,
like this guy.
Oh,
Fun dude to talk to, fun guy to be around.
Pump the brakes, boys. I don't need any more compliments this morning.
Listen, we got a lot of compliments about your interview with us on Tuesday. I was thinking about you yesterday. Remember Seaton from the Dan Patrick Show?
Yeah.
He had this thing yesterday about, Spain has this youth soccer club that's free, and this should be the way in the United States, and somebody should just pay for it. Okay. It's not the way the world works.
I mean, it did in Des Moines for a while.
I mean,
sometimes for a while.
For a while. Why did it stop?
Because Kyle Krause sold Come and Go. Like, every club has scholarships. Now, the scholarships are few and far between. But, like, when Kyle was running the Menace Youth Academy, there was a lot of kids on scholarship. And Kyle was footing the bill.
I think there's also a big difference here for Seaton. Okay, first of all, it's almost like comparing the college model to the professional model. The roots of these two things are completely different. In Spain, first of all, you're talking about for 150 years, they've had professional soccer. Here in America, we've had it for coming up on 25, something like that, or 40, whatever it is. Not even close.
Yep.
There's a cultural thing with Spain and soccer against America and soccer.
And more options.
But Travis, most importantly for this conversation we're having is population. The size of America. An investment that would say we're going to have free soccer for every kid in America. Man, one of the Koch brothers would be given billions of dollars. And by the way, there's an example of a family that has given billions of dollars for kids to be able to go to school for free or stuff like that. I'm not trying to get into politics here, but that's an example of sometimes somebody does step up and say, I will give a bunch of my money for the community, for this thing that I really love. But man, it's in America, it's a completely different monster than him being able to say this exists in Italy. Why can't it exist in America? For 1,000 reasons.
It would be a long game. Like, I think it could be done, but somebody's going to have some pretty deep pockets. I mean, like we talked about on Tuesday, if it's free, then that club has the rights to those kids. And then if those kids go and sign with an MLS club or they sign with a team over in Europe, that homegrown club gets a cut. But to start it, it's going to take some serious deep pockets to get it there before you get one or two diamonds in the rough that are going to pay you back.
Yeah.
All right. Didn't mean to derail.
Yeah.
You're all good.
Yeah, that was, and so, I mean, I love Seaton's idea, and he's right. If you could get, I mean, the premise of his thought is right, that the problem starts with youth soccer. That you've got to get more, if you can get more kids involved. This is every sport. Every sport is, man, if we can get them when they're young, we can get them trained up and we can get them going.
I would say more over than that. It's the coaches that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars.
You've said that.
It's the tournaments that are charging $900 a team that are getting 60 teams a weekend. They now charge for parking. I'm sure they do for baseball too, Ross. Like, you pay $900 for your team to go, and now all of a sudden you got to pay $10 or $15 or $20 to park your car
or walk in the gate. There's a gate fee.
I'm going to ask you an athletic question, and you tell me if I'm off base here. I sit here and go, okay, I look at football and even basketball. You can take football. I've seen guys who didn't start playing football until like their junior in high school. You just pick up the game faster. Basketball, you can develop probably. Soccer's probably a little bit different, right? I mean, it takes probably a long. Or am I totally
so much
off base there?
Skill.
Depends on what level you're going to. Like, I had a player, not this last year, but the year before, who hadn't played soccer in forever. And he decided to come out, and he was a freak of an athlete, and he scored a few goals for us and was all right. Last year, my backup keeper hadn't played since he was 12. Decided he wanted to have some fun with his buddy as a goalie and came out. He got us our first 5 wins.
Wow.
But if we were trying to pick it up and go to the MLS, no, you're not. No.
And that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. You can have those high school football and basketball player who I started playing 2 years ago, and I'm a Division I because you're just a freak athlete. They'll find something for you, right?
Yes.
And that's
point,
the difference here.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. You're in the shop. What do you got today? What are the specials today?
The Todd Father failed me, so I'm gonna piss the Todd Father off. But we're gonna go 3 blankets, and I don't want to pigeonhole anybody. It's not the 4th of July. The state fair's not here yet. We got some other irons in the fire, but this week we're just going 3 blankets. Or here's a question for you, and maybe your listeners will jump in. What do they want? And I'll really piss the Todd Father off.
You're like, Todd, you didn't do your job this week. I'm going to make your life miserable.
Okay.
I have 3 options here, and I think 3 options will blanket pretty much everybody. But if one of your listeners wants to chime in and go, hey, I want this on special, I'll work it out.
Okay. I'll get down to those new comments, but before I do that, I'm going to share this real quick, and we'll come back to it because I intentionally kept this comment so we could get to it. Tyler wrote in, who's one of our soccer listeners. Soccer fan. He said Sporting KC has the rights over all kids in Iowa, I believe.
Not true.
Okay. All right.
True. So any kid in Iowa who plays for Sporting Iowa, yes. Any kid who plays at Sporting East, which is in Davenport, yes. Part of their fee to play for Sporting Iowa or Sporting East goes to Kansas City to use their name.
I see.
Every once in a while, they'll pull a kid down, and he'll have a trial with their youth team. But no, Iowa is an unclaimed territory unless you play for Sporting. Then you're screwed.
Okay.
Then you're screwed.
Then you're screwed. You're screwed.
Like, for instance, with my son, with Tate, because he didn't play for Sporting, he played for VSA Rush, he had 6 MLS options. If you play for Sporting, you get 1. And if they don't like you, you're tough shit.
So is that Sporting model? So is that
no?
Is that Sporting model the closest thing we have, or how close is that? Maybe is the question to that European model.
So the MLS clubs, like when Tate went down to Austin, I paid nothing.
Okay.
If you are good enough and you make it to one of those MLS clubs, you're going to have no out-of-pocket fees. But they now have the rights to your kid. Even if your kid goes to college, they have the rights to your kid. If Tate would have stayed down in Austin and he goes to Northeastern and in 3.5 years he's going to the draft, Austin has first right of refusal.
Okay.
And if Austin doesn't like him and wants to get rid of him, but right now Tate can go to Northeastern, and when he's done at Northeastern, he can do whatever the hell he wants.
Makes sense.
Okay,
back to the blanket.
All right,
that's kind of how they're trying to do it. Is the MLS clubs are trying to make it no cost for these kids that are in the MLS academies, but then they have these affiliates that are in Iowa that are paying part of that MLS fee for them.
All right, Andy wrote in. He says Tito's is one of the things he would like to.
Tito's is always hot.
Tito's is always hot.
We can do Tito's again.
Okay.
You tell me if my daughter was making fun of me the other day. I had like the cheapest vodka upstairs. She's like, Dad, what are you doing? I'm like,
what was it?
It's like 4-star spangled banner plastic bottle, right? I mean, it's a plastic bottle.
Is it a half gallon?
No, it was just I was desperate one night and I went in and got a little,
That's desperate. Okay.
Yeah.
That's desperate.
You've seen it before.
He acknowledged.
You've seen it.
That bottle get bought, and that's a desperate look. I knew the look in your eye.
But my thing is, when I mix it with soda water and a lime, does it matter the quality of vodka?
Not really. I mean, all vodka is supposed to be tasteless and odorless.
It's not.
Some are better at it than others.
So's water, by the way. I'm not sure if you've had any out of your tap lately, but.
So, I mean, if you're mixing it, I always tell people I would go mid-shelf. I wouldn't go top shelf to mix something. I don't know if I could go to the bottom. My college days probably ruined that for me. But if you're mixing it, I don't.
Is that
my
why
mantra
Tito's?
Listen,
is Tito's
Everclear
is
got ruined during college for me, okay?
Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
Is Tito's is mid shelf?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Tito's has done a very good job at staying below Grey Goose, but above
Smirnoff.
Hawkeye vodka.
Well, way above Hawkeye vodka.
What
way,
Travis had was the Omaha version of Hawkeye vodka.
Yeah.
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 And by the way,
Did
Tito's.
you finish it, though?
I still use it. I'm like, this is my vodka soda. It's just,
It doesn't impact how you feel like the next morning or the amount of hangover or your level of headache or.
People claim that it's a placebo pill.
Okay,
if you drink enough of anything, you're going to be hungover.
Yeah, that's true.
Some people claim that if you put pop with your stuff, it's the carbonation and the sugar from your pop that'll make you hungover. Okay. All right.
No, it's the alcohol.
You believe whatever
That's
the
what
hell
my dad
you
always told me. That's what my dad always told me.
Yeah.
Never. It's the only advice I remember from my dad. Don't put Sprite in your whiskey. It'll mess you up. Okay, I believed it.
You put Sprite in your whiskey, it just dilutes it down so it's not 80 proof. It's closer to 40 or 50 proof. People drink Sprite all day long, and they don't wake up tomorrow hungover. They might wake up tomorrow with a gut rot, but they don't wake up hungover.
The only thing I'll disagree with you on the hangover, because I've done this when I drink wine in Italy, straight from there, not shipped over, because they don't put sulfates at all in their wine. I've never, ever had, and I've drank 2 or 3 bottles in a night over there. I don't have a headache.
I would agree with that. I mean, the preservatives and the sulfates and the shit that we put into our bodies in this country is not good.
Oh. All right, so Tito's was our first one. That's good. It wasn't our first one. Of course, the very first thing that we had people want were the THC drinks.
Oh, we can go that. Yeah, that's no problem.
Rev was the first one to fire off a suggestion. Yeah, exactly.
God love Rev.
You gotta love him.
All right. Well, maybe we'll change it up a little bit then. I'm gonna have to go grab some product, but we'll figure it out. We're gonna go $2 off all THC drinks.
$2 off all THC drinks.
Yep.
Like 4 packs or 6 packs, or is
Doesn't
that
matter. Don't care.
Singles too?
I don't think we. Sure. I don't even know if we sell singles, but sure.
We don't even know if we sell them.
Sure.
You can find them. We'll sell it.
You're damn right. Everything's for sale in this store. Everything's for sale.
Okay, $2 off all THC drinks.
What size Tito's did he want to go with?
Oh, that's
go big or go home. You go big or go home.
I like it.
I'm gonna have to walk a little bit.
We got to get people through July. Like you said, there's nothing special happening. That's the reason to get drunk now.
All right, we're gonna go Tito's half gallon, regular price $35.19. We're gonna go $32.99.
$32.99.
I love this.
Half gallon of Tito's.
Yeah.
This feels like one of those old supermarket sweep commercials where you're walking through the store with the owner and he's just kind of picking prices. How about $32.99? Sure. Yeah, we'll do that.
I know what I got into that bottle. I'm making a couple shekels. That's all I need to do. Just make a couple shekels.
I didn't
and
know.
And then we're going to go. I'm going to get rid of the 2 blankets, and then I'm going to go back to $10 off or 10% off any wine in the house.
White or red?
White, red, don't care. Sparkling, non-sparkling, don't care.
10% off any wine in the house.
Yeah.
I like that too. Okay.
Yeah.
How'd the propane special go? Did people come in and take advantage of that?
I'm not up here enough to know, but I believe so. I saw the check that I wrote to the propane man, and it was a pretty good check. So I'm going to go with yes.
Good.
It went well. There's one of 2 reasons it would have gone well. One of the churches who supports the homeless camps came and bought a boatload of them, but it's too warm out, so I don't think they did. Or the Rush listeners came in and bought the hell out of some propane.
That's what we like to hear.
Speaking of the Rush listeners, I've had 10 people this week say that they heard me on the radio that I've never listened to you guys before. How are you guys doing in terms of growth now that iHeart sucks?
Very well.
Now that iHeart sucks. Yeah, I mean, a lot people are seeking us out now and finding us because of that. So,
and I understand the loyalty part. I do.
Absolutely.
I understand. And now hopefully they're here and they go, oh, okay. It's the same show.
These guys like to talk about shit and wiping their ass. And then have a collective guy on the next segment. I mean, you never know what you're going to get.
That's the beauty of it, is that it is sometimes very sophomoric and locker room humor,
which is fantastic.
But a lot of times you're going to learn some real important shit too.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's about shit. Sometimes it is important shit.
Front to back, back to front.
Listen,
or in Travis's case, reuse toilet paper and go both ways.
What?
I'm vulnerable.
What is that move, man? What is that move? You heard that too, and you had the same reaction I did. Like, what? Why are you trying to reinvent the wiping game, dude?
To each his own.
To each his own. Sure. Sure.
Just saying. All right. Is it full? Oh, first of all, let me go.
This is after 1 week. This is way more full than it normally is after 1 week. Like, this is a 3-week fill when I miss those 2 weeks versus a 1 week fill, which is a good problem for both of us.
Nice. 100%. So if you're new to the show, and this is the first time you're seeing Brian on here, we do a special. The special he just said, $2 off all THC drinks, $32.99 for the half gallon of Tito's, and 10% off every single bottle of wine in the store is good Thursday through Sunday. You got to go in and say, I want the Rush Radio deal, okay? Then you can come in anytime during the week and say, hey, I heard you got in the Rush. Can I give you part of the week or the weekly drawing? And they'll take your receipt. They'll ask for your name and your telephone number, and you put it in there. And every week we give away something really, really cool.
Yeah, and hopefully Deb, Irwin. I mean, Danny hasn't won in a while.
Dan hasn't won in it. Yeah. Dan who? Dan won't even know who Dan is anymore. Forgot about Dan winning.
Yeah.
Dan winning every week. What are they winning this week?
They are going to win.
I fucking love this guy. This is so awesome.
Ooh, a 1792 bourbon.
Bottled and bond. And I'm going to give it away for free this week.
Oh,
it's not 2 of them. You know, I'm feeling generous.
It was a good week at Central City Liquors if he's giving 2 of them away.
It was actually not the greatest week, especially for the bar side. The bar side is not a 4th of July deal.
Hey, somebody wants to know what your hours are.
Oh, that makes sense. The 4th of July, people are home. People are at people stay home. They don't go. I wouldn't thought of that. Yeah.
It was a good weekend at the retail store, but the wholesale store, you know, we kind of run 2 businesses simultaneously. I want them both to be really good at both times, but 4th of July is not a bar weekend.
Is there a time that hits both businesses hard? Like Christmas, is that where it's yeah?
Christmas and New Year's. I've been asked probably 10 times by other coaches, let's go over to Europe for Boxing Day. Boxing Day is like, it's not a day. It's like 2 weeks where teams play 4 or 5 games in those 2 weeks. And you could go over there and watch games in every city in England or Italy or wherever all day long. That's the busiest time of my year. I can't go. I wish I could. That's the time where I like see my wife for 4 seconds a day for 3 weeks.
That's how a marriage makes it, by the way. There are times when...
Trust him.
Just saying.
He knows.
Ross says trust him.
Not me. Trust the guy that's still married. He knows. Fine up.
All right. You ready?
Let's go. 1792 to...
Mark Thompson.
Mark Thompson.
Come on down to
Mark
Central City Liquors.
There's one.
Look at all those.
There's a good pile in here today. Oh, we got two different winners.
That's a long receipt.
This is a good receipt. This will go. And this guy actually bought one of these bottles. Come get another one.
For free.
Sazbo. Szabo.
Todd Szabo. Yeah. We know that name. We know that name. Why do we know that name?
I know Mark Szabo.
I don't know.
No, we've written that name down before. I know I've written that name down before. He's won something from us, and I'm not, again, doesn't disqualify him. Congratulations, Todd. Thanks for listening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do I
Casey says, can you open up a store in Omaha? It'd be much easier for some of us.
We've contemplated expansion more than once. Every state's got different laws. If I were to expand, it probably wouldn't be to Omaha because I don't know the Nebraska laws.
It would be Council Bluffs.
There you go.
And you would fit perfectly in Council Bluffs.
Is that a knock? Are you knocking me for that?
Not at all.
That was a you'd fit in good there.
Yeah, you'd fit in good. My first job, my first really fun job, 2020 West Broadway in Council Bluffs. I did the overnight at an Eddie's gas station. It wasn't safe, but it was fun.
The overnight. Oh, baby. You saw some shit.
Wow,
yes, I
some
did.
shit, dude.
Yes, I did.
Shit. That's why we close at 10. We don't want to be open for that shit.
And you didn't have a gun pulled on you until you were running the coffee shop.
Yeah, it was my coffee shop where I had the gun pulled on me for the very first time.
Brian, have you ever had a gun pulled on you?
Knock on wood.
Thank God, man.
No.
Yeah.
No. I like to say we treat everybody with respect.
Yes, you do.
Until you cross that line. And when you cross that line, the Todd father is going to put you in your place. Because we treat people with respect, I think the hood takes care of me a little bit.
I completely
100% agree with that. 100% agree with that.
So, and then we've had times, this is a funny one. We had a newer crew working the night, and Hennessy started to disappear off the shelf. And it wasn't getting sold. It started to disappear. So the Todd father and myself came up with a magical plan. We raised the price of Hennessy to every other person until the people brought us the money for the bottles they kept stealing. And within like 2 weeks, the rest of the community was like, hey, motherfucker, you keep stealing from them. Now I got to pay $2 extra. Go pay them their money.
I love it.
We got our money.
What a great...
That's street smarts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Duax.
Damn. All right, here are the specials again. $2 off all THC drinks at Central City Liquors. Ray, you have no excuse. And then when you buy your THC drinks, Ray, put your name in the drawing.
Yeah.
Then we got $32.99 for a half gallon of Tito's.
You know what? Let's sharpen it, Travis. Let's go to $30.99. Let's really piss Todd off.
Wow.
Oh,
piss him off, he says.
There it is. A late drop, $30.99. $30.99 for a half gallon of Tito's, and then 10% off all wines.
Yep.
All wines.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
Brian.
Thanks, buddy.
Good stuff,
All right,
buddy.
guys.
All right, we'll see you next
Good
week.
talking to you.
Yep.
See you next
Brian Duex joining us on the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive. A lot of fun there.
Here's the deal. If Ray wins, Ray doesn't want to win alcohol. So, like, let's say Ray goes, he buys some THC drinks, gets his $2 off that, throws his receipt in the box.
Well,
and
if he wins, we'll have to go,
Duax,
hey.
Well, yeah, I guarantee you Duax would be like, oh, we'll let him pick something.
Yeah.
Ray.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Hey, don't forget, tomorrow, the weekly Woohoo brought to you by the Iowa Lottery. This week's prize pack includes new tickets, the $30 bonus cash doubler, $40 The Price is Right, and $20 in Powerball coupons, $90 for now, because you could win on those bonus cash doublers. You could win at The Price is Right, and yes, you could win at Powerball. All you have to do is go to therushradio.com, click on the promo tab, insert your weekly woohoo, and tell us what made you go woohoo, or you can have even more fun with us and call us tomorrow at 515-517-2303. It's the weekly woohoo on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. Everybody have a great Thursday. We're back tomorrow at 6 a.m. Bye-bye, everybody.
Start spreading the news, cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
Hi, I'm Sean McFarland, Service Manager here at Mini of Des Moines, and I have a question for you. Are you and your Mini ready for your summer motoring adventures? To help you have a little more fun on that trip, this month we're offering a 15% discount on all fuel services, as well as reduced pricing on all pre-planned maintenance packages. Please stop by so our factory-trained technicians can ensure your Mini will continue to keep a smile on your face for years to come. Please give us a call or visit us online at miniofdesmoines.com to set your appointment.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire. A front row tickets to every show millionaire. hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie, Yenair.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles, Yenair. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
Your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
Coming up now, Travis, Ross, and at least one opinion that will get somebody mad online.